she has bellyache. Here's Amanda.
Okay, so I'm on it on my computer. Build a friend. So just do start a group?
No, don't actually, because I mean, you can if you want to play with it for sure. You're on your computer, Tara?
Yes.
Okay. So where it says just go to Beachbody on demand. Did you do that?
Yep.
Okay. And then at the
top it says BOD groups.
Yep. I'm actually going to share my screen so the recording can see this, and then we'll kind of do some overview, and then we'll kind of get a little deeper into this. So I'm just going to show you sort of what it looks like behind the scenes. I'm actually going to go back a second. How are you, Amanda?
I'm good. How are you?
Do you look sleepy?
I am. I did nothing today, and I don't know why I'm tired, but I am.
Sometimes I'm more tired when I do nothing too. I had one of those days yesterday. I pretty much binge watched All American. Have you guys seen that?
Yes, it's good.
Oh, so good. Okay, so for recording purposes, this is just go to Beachbody on Demand, and then you log in. I recommend logging in first. So let me do that. It all looks really clean and different, which I'm pretty excited about. So the benefit to this is going to be overall that we can get groups off of Facebook, because I think our groups on Facebook run quite well, but not everybody likes to use Facebook. And I think as time passes and people from Instagram, I think Instagram's constantly growing and things change and evolve. I think this is going to be a really good tool to have. So I like the challenge tracker app, but it just was kind of anything, so that's kind of what this has done. Anyway, when you log into Beachbody on Demand, and then at BOD groups, you click on BOD groups. You only have this if you're a coach, clearly. And then you just hit, like Tara said, start a group. And then also I'm just going to show you kind of what past group looks like. Past groups. Where are my old groups? It looks different on the computer. That's weird. I can't see my old groups on here. I can on my phone, but anyway. So we will set up a new group. So start a group, and then let's just do a pretend one. No, I don't want to select a past group. And we're going to do there's a multi one for this. Let's just do, this is really interesting, isn't it? I played with this a couple of times. Let's see. Oh, I don't really want to put all this in. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that because it's going to make me go through all of it, and that's really not, this is all going to be pretty self-explanatory, and Beachbody did a training on this, and then the National Wake Up Call tomorrow is about this, the technical part of it. So that part I don't want to waste your time with. What I really want to help you guys with, though, is inviting to our next BOD group, and I just kind of wanted to give you an overview of what Beachbody on Demand looks like, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a minute, and then I'm going to share it again because I want to show you guys what I made you. So Heather, you weren't here on Friday, so I'm going to kind of talk to you for a second, and also this will be for the people who aren't here that want to know where are we going. So one of the most important things we know about leadership is to begin with the end in mind, meaning we got to know where we're going if we want to figure out how we're going to get there. And one of the things that I feel I see other coaches struggle with, and I don't want you guys to struggle with, is knowing how to effectively invite. Because we throw up posts and we think we're inviting that way, and then it doesn't work, and then we create this story for ourselves I'm not good at this, which is just BS. We can't go at it from that spot. I was sharing with the girls on Friday that in February and March, I hit Success Club 2 both months. I didn't even hit Success Club period. Which is one challenge pack, which probably came from somebody who that happens to me kind of sometimes now. They just show up occasionally and buy a new bag of Shakeology or something like that, and then I get 2 points. They were rough months. They just were. So if I had used that, now I'm at Success Club 14 for April. Is it May yet? No, it's still April. Okay. And if I had used, I'm not good at this from February and March and not done it in April, I would have missed out on all the income and all the progression and all of you start to build momentum. So I just don't want you to use any past experiences to set that tone for yourself that this isn't going to work either. Don't do that. If that's already what's kind of in your head, guys, don't even bother, I guess. I hate to say that, but you just can't, it's that serious. You cannot come at it from a place of this isn't going to work. If you come at it from a place of we're going to try something a little different, we're going to kind of pivot, things are very different right now, why the heck not try? Because we know what this can offer for you and what it can offer for you and what it can offer for the person that's waiting for your invitation kind of thing. So, so that's kind of how I want to start this. And then the next thing I want to kind of give an overview of why this group is going to look a little bit different, okay? So with BOD groups, the new integration, Shakeology should be logged easily, like the tracking is coming. There's already some tracking things there. Everything should integrate right into BOD groups. So they aren't having to like go in and do an extra step. They don't have to log on to Facebook, get lost in the thing. Like it should all just be integrated into one app is the purpose, okay? Even better than that though, we're gonna use one subject for this, okay? So this group is going to be called the Art of Extreme Self-Care. We're taking this way back to 5 years ago, how I started coaching. And the reason why is that worked extremely well then. And I'm finding in my conversations with people that that's really what people need right now. Like they don't really know what's up, what's down. Like I'm sure you guys all get this, like correct me if I'm wrong, but most people are like, I don't freaking know anymore. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to do nothing. I don't know if I'm supposed to do something. Like, I just don't know. And the answer, in my opinion, is always just take good care of yourself. The rest will fall into place. Like, the rest will become clear if you just figure out how to take care of yourself first. Your family gets better, your kids get better, your marriages get better, your relationships with everybody gets better if you just take care of yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So I want to take it back to that. That's what I feel like people are really desperately needing right now. So some of the topics, I'm going to share my screen again. And then we're going to get into like how to share this and how to effectively share. I wrote notes for you guys. I'm going to share that document with you so you don't have to remember any of this. You don't have to take notes. I can just share the Google document with you after this call. I'll also put it in the team page. But I'll kind of walk you through how I've got it broken down. Am I making sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, so let me share screen here. Okay. So I made this Google document. It's got some check marks. I wrote down every single day what we're going to do, and I'm going to do this with you guys. So I'm going to count on you so long as you want to. Like you're never, I always want to say this before everything, you will never let me down. Don't do this for me. I want you to do this because it matters to you and to the person who you can potentially help that's waiting for you, who needs you right now, who needs your invitation, who just needs your hand on their back to be like, girl, I got you. Like, let's do this together. I want to stand beside you. I want to help you through this time. I want you to feel good about this, okay? So topics for Art of Extreme Self-Care. We're going to do this as 6 weeks. I was really uncertain about this. I'm like, what's the right decision? But you know what? The thing I'm loving about 10 rounds, 6 weeks feels good to me. It feels not too far away. Like 100 days, like MM100 is so far for me. So I just feel like that 6 week mark is enough, but not too little. And then it also gives it like a refresh after 6 weeks. We can move into the next thing after 6 weeks, okay? So topic number 1, end the legacy, excuse me, Evie, end the legacy of deprivation. These are questions like throughout that week, we'll share things in the group. Like I have all the questions. I'm not even creating this content. It's coming straight out of a book, okay? What are you missing in your life right now? We're going to have questions available for them, those kinds of things. Mirror, mirror on the wall, which talks about like mirror work. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about like how I say to myself in the mirror every day, I love you, Carrie. And like, we're going to take them through that. And my kids make fun of me because I look at myself in my rearview mirror in my car and it's adjusted on me versus the car behind me most of the time. And like those kind of things we're going to kind of go through in the group. Let me disappoint you. So that's like how to say no to things. You know, so many people are struggling with people pleasing. So we'll teach them like, let me disappoint you because I have to take care of myself first kind of thing. The power of rhythm and routine, I'm excited about this one during like this time in our lives, because as we transition, there's really some value to be learned there. Take your hands off the wheel. That's like stop controlling things. And then the absolute no list. There are 12 topics, but because of the 6 weeks, we'll just use 6 of them, okay? So the value to the prospect, it looks like we got a spelling issue here. So when I say value to the prospect, hang on, let me ask you this. Art of Extreme Self-Care, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, does that feel helpful? Can you see the value of that for someone you might be talking to?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So then value to the prospect. So one of the most important things in our invitations that we want to talk about is people aren't going to want to do this if they don't know what's in it for them. We call it a WIFM. What's in it for me? I'm actually going to write that in here. You guys will put this in, WIFF. What's in it for me? Oh, WIIFM. What's in it for me? Okay, that's the first thing. Sorry, I can't multitask and type. That's the first thing people are going to want to know, like before they're willing to invest in themselves, invest money, anything. They want to know what's in it for me. And so we want to make sure that we're painting a very clear picture for the top thing, the Art of Extreme Self-Care piece, and the value to them. Like when you choose to do this with me, this is what my promise is to you. I promise that I'm going to help you get to where you want to be. You're going to help define their goals like normal. Like I'm not going to go into that training. We've already done that. It's like beating a dead horse. You know how to ask people what their goals are. So if I'm kind of interested in what you're doing, like then start digging at their goals. But as you're inviting, like you need to know this is what we can offer them. So the value, the weekly meal inspiration and plans, we always have that available. Nutrition and support, nutrition support, workouts, and how to help to achieve your goals. And then add anything that you feel like as their coach. What we should have on here too, you as their coach. And the community. So those are just some of like the overall things that will help them. You know what I mean? Like what's in it for them. That's the most important thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Jeff.
He just said, "Are you in the video?" So clearly we are.
It's fine. Don't mind. You're welcome here, Jeff. You mean you don't want to be on Zoom? I don't get it. Just kidding. Okay. So then next thing. Okay. So you're wrapping your mind so far? Yeah? Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take you through the posting schedule. And this is the piece that I hope we can do together because I think it would be fun to like bounce ideas off of each other. The one thing I'm going to tell you guys though, I'm going to challenge you if we're inviting to this, to get your face on camera. So not just in your workout, you're going to talk to your phone like I do every day. And your husband makes fun of you because my husband is working from home and he's like, you talk to your phone all the time. So each day you're encouraged to share in a post on Facebook and or Instagram and Instagram stories. So I'm also going to preface this and tell you, I strongly recommend if your warm market is on Facebook, also have your stories shared to your Facebook stories, or just share on your Facebook stories if you feel like that's better. And I'll tell you why. They already know you, like you, and trust you. So I don't do, my Instagram won't connect because I have my Instagram set up as a business page, but I have way more followers on Instagram. So my warm market is burnt up on Facebook. So you really won't see a whole lot of me on Facebook stories. I am going to do some, but that's why mine just won't share because I'm set up as a business page on Instagram because I have that higher number of followers. Okay. So be certain to talk to the camera, show your face. And the reason why is you want to let your follower connect to you. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I want to see some difference this week where you guys are showing up on your workout, but none of you talk to your camera, okay? So I want you to try it. And I will also, you know, when I used to do why videos, I would say to you guys, like, you are not allowed to say anything negative to yourself. There's no way you're going to get used to it, and your person cannot connect with you if you're like just typing things. Tammy does this too. Tammy's invitations are fantastic on Instagram, but people are like, I don't know this girl. Like, who is she? Like, those shoes are great, but like, you need to connect to her. They're not going to connect to your shoes and your Insta, your friends. You know what I mean? So just again, the only reason I tell you that, as a little bit of tough love, is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. We want a different result. I want you to feel successful. I want you to have a little extra money in your bank account after this is over. You can feel that little bit of momentum, okay? Next, I went into Monday. So I'll just take you through these real briefly so that you kind of have an overview of where my head was as I typed these out, okay? So I'll go through these pretty quickly. Monday, use an image of you. So I'm talking here. Announce what you're inviting to. Give a clear and concise description of what this challenge is. And share your excitement. What we're trying to do here is announce what's happening. Like, we got something new coming. This is exciting. I cannot wait. you have to tell them, again, people follow, I know I say this all the time, people follow people who know where they're going. And so if you don't tell them where we're going, just like I told you guys in the beginning, how are they supposed to follow you? And people, I promise you, are still stuck. Now, the person that I know that I'm talking to probably isn't working out yet, probably is feeling stuck in their home and depressed at this point and like just not feeling very good about things. And I want to help them like get to a place where they're feeling good about things. We've had a lot of transition lately. And I want to help them know, like, as we move back into like a normal and into life in these different ways, like how to take care of themselves. So I have to think about that girl that I'm talking to while I'm posting. What she needs now. Sometimes when we're like so close to something that you put something close to, it's really hard to see and be effective about. You know, like pull yourself out of it. That the excitement piece is like sharing your excitement. Like, I am so excited about this because I am so excited to like meet new people. I'm excited to get a group of women together, get them feeling better about themselves, get them out of that legacy of deprivation, and like really like just tackle some really small things that turn into really big wins. That might be what I would say, just something like that, okay? Whatever feels like to you. So, and make it very clear and concise, okay? And then share a tip to help your followers today. Things like, share like, this is how you decide how much water you should drink. So my goal every single day, and I would like show my cup, is to drink 4 of these a day because that's 100 ounces of water. So that's my goal today. Anybody want to join me on Instagram today? You could do something like that, or you could say, I shared my snack, like I made a post about my snack, like just not Beachbody related, but lifestyle related, like what's works. Maybe you lay your clothes on before, make sure that you're going to get your workout in. Show them that. Maybe you're trying a new recipe for dinner with your family and you decided instead of spaghetti noodles, you're going to use zucchini tonight and you just want to see how it went. Like those are the kinds of things I'm looking for there, okay? And then on Tuesday, I want you to highlight or shout someone out from our challenge group or one of your own challengers. So share their transformation photo and story, and there are a ton of girls there who are willing to let you use those. I have most of their photos, so good ones. Like Tara has an incredible one. If anybody, I'm sure you, Tara, you wouldn't mind, right? If anybody shared your transformation photo. And Miller, Tracy, Amanda, you've got an awesome like conversion. Anybody that you know them in the group, you're right, Stephanie, clearly, like anybody. I don't care if they're your person or not. Like that's your team. You can share their transformations. But the reason I'm suggesting that, and I have to tell you, I struggled with this one because I hate that transformation photos sell. That I have like this moral dilemma with it because I don't ever want people to think that this is just about weight loss. That's not our culture here. But I also want them to see what's possible. And when you take care of yourself, what's possible is oftentimes that weight comes out, you get in better shape, you feel more confident. You guys, I'm preaching to the choir, I know, but I think that showing them what's possible, I'll never stop showing transformation photos because of that. Like it, and then painting the picture. Like this isn't just about a weight loss thing, especially right now. You know what I mean? So really like tackle that piece. But use a before and after if you choose. Tell what you love and respect about that person's journey and how they add value to the community within the group. So this is, you're just kind of planting the seed that they, hi Zoe, that they are like what you're doing, like how you connect to that every single day. Like don't forget the story. If your posts are long, I don't care right now. People got time to read. Normally I would tell you make it fast, make it short. People's attention spans are short. People got time to read right now. Shalene, that comes straight from Shalene. Okay, so Wednesday, share your story now. Take your follower through your journey. Again, be sure to share on stories, not with, but with. With your face talking again. Never assume they already know your story. So I don't know, I just felt like I had to add that because I can hear like people know what's happening. No, they don't. Like you're not that important to other people. Like I'm just gonna put it like that. Like they don't know. So take them through. I share my story on Instagram a couple of like once or twice a month for new followers or just to reiterate. And sometimes it will inspire somebody who's like, I've been watching you for a year. Like, okay, I'm finally ready, kind of thing. Never assume they know your story. So some thought joggers. How did you feel before you started your journey? Like these are the things I would talk about. What are some of your hesitations? What's your pain point? What were your fears that changed once you started? What made you take the jump? What didn't you like about where you were? Move them through your experience, how this has changed, and how did you do it, your favorite program, and your biggest change was. So those are just some thoughts to help you. Now remember, I'm going to do this with you, so I commit to doing the same. If you need to see mine first, I'm going to try to do it earlier in the day. That doesn't always happen, but I will do every single one of these this week with you, okay? So I'll have, you can use mine as an example if you need to. Okay, so this brings us to Thursday, right? Yeah. Okay, so Thursday, share another announcement and be very specific in your invitation. So the people who didn't see your post earlier in the week, this is the time that they're going to see it. And for the people who thought about it on Monday, but we're like, oh, I'm going to do some laundry right now, I don't have time for that, they're going to see it again. That's okay. Let them see it again. It doesn't, I don't want it the same, but similar, okay? So another announcement that's very specific in your invite, tell them who, what, where, when, why, and how. So again, people follow people who know where they're going. You're going to tell them where you're going with this, what this is. And by the way, I need to back up for just a second. I don't think I said that I'm going to be marketing this as a test group, because this really is a test group, and I'm only allowing new challengers, okay? And or coaches. I'll be marketing to coaches. I would love for you to be marketing to coaches, but if that feels like too far of a jump, I want you to feel successful with challenger piece first, but whatever feels right to you. So how many will you allow in? So I don't want you to say as many. I know the answer is as many as will come, because that's what it always is for me. Like I always say, with this one, I'm going to say I'm only taking 5 new clients right now. Okay. So 5 new clients. That's it. You can say 5. You could even say 2. You could say I'm only taking 2 people to mentor this month through this Art of Extreme Self-Care with me. Because I'm running it in a new app, I need some people to help me test the app, and this is what I'm going to give you for helping me test the app, the Art of Extreme Self-Care, okay? And then, let's see. Okay, Thursday. Okay, and share your Shakeology, Energize, and Recover with some facts about each. I honestly don't care if you do every single one. I will, because I use them every single day, and it's really easy for me to just throw up a picture of my Shakeology that I'm drinking for the day, and I'll tell, like, the thing I love about Shakeology is that it helps me curb my cravings. Don't overthink this. It can be simple, or you could go into, I love that it has adaptogens. I love that I'm getting my, like 7 trips to the salad bar because I suck at vegetables.
Mom, I can't get this out.
Energize, recover, tell why you like them. All right, so that brings us to Friday. Share a recipe today. Talk about, I don't care if it's something you've tried, maybe it's something you want to try. Just share it. Again, Instagram, stories, Facebook, whatever, all of the above. Talk about why that you started and how to incorporate new recipes and foods in your journey. Drop 2B mindset or ultimate portion fix. You can just kind of name drop them if you want to. How your family habits have adjusted in your journey, your fears about changing nutrition, and how you overcame some of your struggles. And also document, this is the challenge for you. So I'm going to do this one. I hate doing this, and I'm so bad at it. I'm going to challenge myself this week with you guys. Document what you eat on your story. Share it both to Facebook and Instagram. This can even be made into a post. Like Sarah Potts, a friend of mine, she's an awesome coach. She will sometimes like take pictures of her food throughout the day and share that as a post, and that gets incredible traction on, especially, I don't know about Facebook. I don't really think I've tested it there, but it gets incredible traction on Instagram, like just pictures of your food. People want to see that. This does not mean that you have to have a perfect day either. I encourage you to share your struggles. I know that one of the things people say to me all the time, I will believe this is true for you. People don't want you to be perfect. They want you, like, they want you to be like, yeah, I know she struggles too. She'll get me. Like, I feel like that is way more attractive than someone who's like, I do it perfectly. I don't know about you, but I'm not really into the self-righteous thing. Like I always say, I'm a hot mess. I screw this up. And so I might do perfect all day long and then eat half a pan of Rice Krispie treats in the evening. And I'm probably going to show that too. Or I'm going to make lemonade tonight because I don't have to be perfect. Okay. So, okay. And then finally, Saturday is going to look a little different. So I want to talk about this real quick. I'm going to do a 3-day refresh. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. I'm going to decide that this week, but I'm going to talk about 3-day refresh, because that talks to everybody, even somebody that isn't in this challenge group. And I find right now people are really struggling with food like I am and really just need a break from the sugar. And so I'm going to talk about that on Saturday. I'm going to do a post about that. I think you should try it. If 3-day refresh is something you've ever done and or you want to sell it, try it. Again, something different, why not? So that would be a challenge to you. There's a ton of training, a ton of before and afters in the back office if you want to check anything out. I honestly, like I've done my only training I ever did on 3D refresh was my own experience with it. I was like, I'll try it. I hated it the first couple of times. Now I freaking love it. And that's the kind of thing I'll talk about. Okay, so then Share with your followers why you choose to be a coach, even if it's just for the discount. And again, don't overthink this. If you chose to be a coach because you wanted it for your own accountability, like I did when I started, say it. Like it can be that simple, or it can be a long paragraph, whatever feels right to you, okay? Share, because again, they don't know if you aren't telling them that this is what I do, like this is something I can help you with. They don't know that they can count on you for that, okay? But if you tell them, then they're like, oh, well, maybe I'm looking for that, okay? And then share your first favorite personal development book, or why you are currently listening, or what you are currently listening to for personal development. This can be a podcast that you like, a book that you've read in the past, something that you want to read, don't care, don't overthink it. It's a huge part of what we do. And so good time to share that. And I find that that's something people like to hear about. Kind of like, what's your show? Maybe they like to hear about BD as well. Let's all invite. Now, if we get to this point and we've done all of these things effectively and we're like, you know, I just don't think people are quite ready. I could really use some more days of inviting. No problem. We'll run a test group, or I'm sorry, a prep week for BOD groups in that week 1 of which would be March 4th. If you aren't feeling successful by Sunday, we'll revisit this. You can choose to run a prep week, which gives us like, let's go. We'll do that. And so we'll revisit this like on Saturday or Sunday, okay? And then finally, be specific. Okay to reuse things from early in the week. Share different information if you want to, or share a picture of you, whatever. Just use pictures of you. I know that feels super self-serving, but you guys would, I'm sure, I know Amanda, I'm sure you've heard us talk about this like at Summit. Like if you went through my camera roll, you would be like, girl is the most obsessed with herself. It's ridiculous. There's so many pictures of me, but I take pictures of me to be able to share. Instagram is a photo app. They want to see your face. I promise you. Let go of all your insecurities. People don't see what you see. They see a familiar face, someone that they may love, they may care about, maybe they want to get to know. Have like just drop like that apprehension of I'm not good enough to like share myself. I promise you are enough. I'm not special. I just decided to get over myself and show my face, okay? Let's see, share your excitement about BOD groups and why this is different to you. Talk about who you are excited to help by describing that hypothetical person. Lean into what her struggles are and how a challenge could help her. So I'll make this part really fast. So I'm going to give you an example of what, this is specifically for people on recording. I'm sure you guys have seen it. We have some new coaches, so I want to share this. So I would say something like, I am really excited. This is my final last call for our upcoming test group for our new app. And I have 2 spots left, and I would love to have a few more of you do this with me. I'm pulling this out of my ass right now, so bear with me. But I would really love to have you do this with me. What we're going to be doing is blah, 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 XYZ. And the person that I'm looking for is feeling stuck. Like, talk to who that person that you used to be. So, you know, maybe is dealing with a lot of anxiety right now, feeling a bit of depression, just really needs some structure in her life, however that fits for you. But really try to think about what the person that you can offer something to, what they need. Talk about that in your post. When I say lean into her struggles and how a challenge could help her, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? All right, I will stop sharing right now. Any questions about that?
No, I love how it's all laid out
Can you hear me?
for us. Yeah, now I can.
How about now? Okay.
Yeah.
It says my speaker's not working. It's really weird. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Tara, what?
No, I like how it's all laid out for special people like me that needs it written out special for me. So I love it. So I appreciate that.
Does it feel doable?
Yeah, I just have to get out of my own comfort zone, but that's just me.
No.
But yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Tara, it's not just you.
Thanks. Makes me feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I don't want to waste your time. So I'm gonna let me stop the recording and I will